What's going on, people? It's your boy 3MG here, back with another video, and I know I still stuck by my schedule. Of course, it's gonna stand, as I mentioned many times, but this is still E3 for me, and I still need to drop that fire, drop that content for you guys, and make sure that you guys understand everything that's going on, my experiences, and the games that I've touched base on. And one of the games I want to talk about is Battlefield 1. Now, first I want to say that my respects, everything goes out to EA DICE for really giving us a super solid title. Now, from what I played over at EA Play, and I also played Battlefield 1 at Microsoft's area at E3, and I will say hands-on with the game, I was having a tough time in the beginning, of course adjusting, but it was so much fun, and I had gotten better and better and better. And playing the game, I seen a couple of the drawbacks in the title, and one of the things I'm so hyped is the fact that it's how they countered the drawbacks in the game, which I'm most excited for. So understand that we're not going to have the same list of weapons as we've had in Battlefield 4, you know, or have a lot of the modern day tech, for example, a lot of red dot sights and all these other extra mechanics that go and accessories that go on your gun. But understand that they were delivering us, and they also introduced some new stuff to the game to try to counter that and still deliver us a fun and, you know, memorable moment in this game. So one of the things I've noticed was that they gave us an animation during melee combat, and one of the cool thing is that you could connect your bayonet and you have like this heroic kind of charge when you act, I think it's LB, and then you use the melee button and your guy just really charges into an enemy and just stabs him. And the animation that you do is just so rewarding, is because he really shows, like, your character really shows like he wants to dominate. And as I was doing that to people while they were capturing the flags, it was awesome. You know, you stab him, he turned the bayonet to the side, and you seen the emotion, the facial expression come out the face of your enemy, and then they drop to the floor. I think that was a dope animation they brought to the game to really counter some of the drawbacks that they couldn't really implement in the game since it's going back World War I. Another thing I found dope is that with each of the melee weapons, you know, that they introduced to the game, such as like the shovel, they definitely added unique animations to really show off how it would be back at World War I. So whether you was behind them, you know, you could turn their shoulder around, smash them over the head, smash them over the head. I thought that shit was so freaking cool. Even with the syringe, you know, you could syringe yourself to gain some health, some health like medic, but you can also stab your enemies with it and they'll drop to the floor. Everything was just so nitty gritty to me, and it was just so raw that I enjoyed the gameplay so much. For those who were wondering if it still had bullet drop, yeah, they still have a little bit of bullet drop in the game, but one of the biggest things is that they made everything destructible. So as I'm playing, you know, I have a shotgun, somebody was behind the door, I didn't know. Actually I found out only because the person's bullets, you know, they were shooting on the right and I was right in front of them, but the door was open, and as they shot, I decided, okay, and I just shot right through the door and they were dropping. So all these moments for me was just so exciting, and I was just like, holy shit, you know, because I couldn't do that with previous Battlefield games, as small as that sounds, but there's gonna be a lot of these moments in the game. One of the things I feel like a lot of my, you know, my snipers are gonna like, or my guys with rifles, is that these sniper weapons, these rifles are just fucking god awesome. And using some of the bolt action rifles in the game, I thought was just so rewarding when you really cap a person over like on the other side of the map, because you could shoot from long distance. It was ridiculous. So, you know, some of them had the scope on there, you know, the old school scope, and I thought it was so dope. I got a double kill off of an enemy, and the other one was when he was getting out of his tank, and I just thought that shit was fucking awesome. I love the gear that they were wearing, some of the weapons that they had. I love the fact that when we all shot up an enemy, the animation in which he was getting shot from all different angles looked so fucking crazy to me. It just brought like excitement to me, because I'm just like, oh my goodness. One other thing that I actually didn't really like was the aircraft in the game, the biplanes, the triplanes, all that other stuff. I wasn't fairly into it as much, because I found it a bit unfair that, you know, although you're above ground and you can be one of the ship holders, one of the, you know, the rifle gunmen on the turret of the biplane, you know, you could take out enemies, just the distance between you and the enemies on the ground, you know, it's a bit difficult to kill them. And one of the drawbacks that I hope they fix, which we addressed some of the devs, is that you're not giving any like real health to the biplane, so you could take down biplanes very, very fast. Like, it was very quickly that, you know, I was on ground and I was able to just shoot one down, and then when I was up in the air just adjusting myself, they took mine down like immediately. And I understand they try to really bring that realism where they're like, listen, this was one of the first times, you know, biplanes was introduced, and we're trying to make sure that people understand that the evolution and just the creation of them, they weren't as impactful, you know, so they were getting destroyed and they were getting taken down easily. But I think for a video game, you need to at least give it a little bit more, you know, health and just ability. So hopefully they fix that. The Zeppelin is fucking beastie, you know what I'm saying? Like when your opponent is losing, when you're in the losing team, for some reason like your Zeppelin comes out and it tries to at least give you or help you out in the battle zone. So I think that was pretty cool as well. They had some submachine guns, some assault rifles, you know, you could connect bayonets to almost all weapons. I thought it was just so fucking awesome just seeing that shit happen. Like, you guys need to get your hands on that. Hopefully you guys sign up for the beta. I found this game to be super fun. Like, literally one of the dopest things I've seen in the game is the fact that someone tossed a grenade into the window. You have 5 enemies trying to run out the building, just the whole building just collapsed. I don't know if it's because, you know, the building already suffered from, you know, a lot of damage and then it finally just collapsed, but this shit was so awesome. This dude got like a 5 kills. Like, this shit was ridiculous. Another thing I thought was dope as hell was the changes in weather. Now the developers spoke more in depth with that, as we weren't able to really have that, you know, experience for that long of a time, but they did explain that while the weather is changing, your gameplay may change, your game style, your shooting style, your fighting style may change, because you can run out in the battlefield in this game, but as it starts raining and whatnot, your speed tends to decrease. If you're on a motorcycle, if you're on a horse, you know, you tend to slow down. You might have to travel on foot. So there's a balance here between having a motorcycle and being able to run away from everybody, run away from enemies, versus when it starts raining, you might have to get off and then travel by feet. So I thought that was pretty cool as well, and I think it changes like the whole dynamic of the game, adds some skill to it, adds some real raw gritty gameplay moments. So that's just my experiences with Battlefield 1. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any questions you want to know below, because I got hands-on for a very long time and I was just really trying to understand this gameplay. I asked the developers like on, I think on Sunday, right? No, on Friday, no, not Friday, I think Thursday was the last day of E3. Was talking to some of the devs about the game and really got some good feedback on the game, some really good information. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you gonna pick up Battlefield 1? Do you think Battlefield 1 will win Shooter of the Year? Let me know what you think. It's your boy 3MG and I'm out. Peace.